Where art meets science and curiosity meets wonder, museums are the catalyst for discovery. Fueling our imagination and broadening our perspectives. Museums are institutions dedicated to preserving, exhibiting, and interpreting artifacts.
Ooh, that's a real dinosaur.
And other objects of historical, scientific, or cultural significance. Museums serve as vibrant hubs for learning, inspiration, and community engagement, connecting people with the past, present, and future. Are you ready to wonder? We're taking you to the world's most stunning museum, where you will be surprised by their wonderful collection of objects. Let's start with the first one. Meguro Parasitological Museum, Japan. The Meguro Parasitological Museum in Tokyo is one of the world's most unusual museums, solely dedicated to the study of parasites. This small yet fascinating museum has a collection that aims to educate the public about the diverse world of parasites and their impact on humans and animals.
Parasites live. Oh, it shows you which part of the animal they live in. Ew, eyeworm.
The Meguro Parasitological Museum is not just a display of strange and sometimes ridiculous organisms, it's also a center of learning and research. The museum provides extensive educational information on the prevention and control of parasitic infections, particularly relevant in a globalized world where humans and animals increasingly come into contact with new ecosystems and species. The museum is free to visit, though it welcomes donations. It spans 2 floors, and while it's small, it's densely packed with exhibits. The Museum of Bad Art, USA. Have you ever heard that if something bad happens, it should be made public? No? But that happens in museums. This distinctive and unusual type can be found in museums. The Museum of Bad Art in USA is a unique institution dedicated to celebrating art that might not usually be considered good, but is definitely memorable and engaging. In 1993, by Scott Wilson and a group of art enthusiasts, MOBA initially grew from a single painting discovered in a trash pile. Its strange portrait titled Lucy in the Field with Flowers was notable for its unusual sizes and messy use of color. This unexpected find inspired the creation of a museum with the mission of showcasing pieces that possess an artistic genuineness despite their technical mistakes. MOBA's motto, "Art Too Bad to Be Ignored," perfectly captures the spirit of the institution, which finds beauty and value in creative failures that often spark accidental humor or curiosity. In a world where galleries and museums often focus on technical skill and conventionally accepted aesthetics, MOBA offers a refreshing and playful counterpoint. It gathers attention of art lovers who appreciate the humor and humanity in errors, as well as curious visitors simply looking for an unconventional artistic experience. The Museum of Broken Relationships, Croatia. When we are in a relationship, we used to give each other gifts, flowers, or greeting cards. Our emotions are connected with it. But when this relationship is broken, everything related to the beloved hurts. From this perspective, the Museum of Broken Relationships, Croatia found it. It is a profoundly moving and reflective museum dedicated to the objects and stories left behind by love lost. This museum is founded by Olinka Vistica, a film producer, and Drazen Grubisic, a sculptor, after the end of their own relationship. The museum emerged from the realization that items from past relationships hold deep emotional value, even when love fades. Initially, it was an art project that became a full-fledged museum in 2010 and has since grown into an internationally acclaimed institution. If you have ever been cheated in love, would you like to go there to submit your lover's belongings? It's hilarious. Unlike typical museums filled with historical artifacts or traditional art, the Museum of Broken Relationships instead displays personal items that symbolize heartbreak, failed romances, or dissolved friendships. Each object, from the wedding dresses and teddy bears to the toaster, is accompanied by a personal story that recounts the joy, sadness, or sometimes anger surrounding its history. The museum collection is both friendly and universal. The Museum of Broken Relationships does not only focus on romantic separations, but it also explores relationships with family and friends, making it a place where all forms of connection and loss are honored. Its mission goes beyond mere exhibition. It aims to offer catharsis and a sense of unity for those who visit, allowing them to see their own experiences of love and loss mirrored in others. The Dog Collar Museum, England. The dogs have always been loyal to humans. They sacrifice their lives to protect their master. So why dogs' personal things shouldn't also be preserved as a reminder? For this reason, the Dog Collar Museum has Made in England. It is a unique collection that traces the history and evolution of dog collars over the past 5 centuries. The museum is one of a kind which showcases over 130 collars, making it an unexpected yet fascinating attraction for dog lovers, history enthusiasts, and visitors to the castle. This extensive collection was started by the late historian and collector John Hunt and his wife Gertrude, who donated the collars to Leeds Castle in the 1970s. Since then, the museum has grown, and its exhibits highlight the changing role of dogs in society, from practical use in hunting and guarding to their cherished place as household companions. Collars from the 16th and 17th centuries are robust and functional, often made of thick metal bands with formidable spikes that shielded dogs during hunts or protected them from wolves and other wild animals. Moving into the Victorian era, the collars became more decorative, mirroring the societal shift that saw dogs becoming pets rather than purely working animals. These later collars often feature slight enterprises, complex designs, and even writings marking the dog's name and the owner's affection, signifying the growing sentimental bond between humans and their dogs. Museum of Death, USA. You will wonder to listen that there is a Museum of Death. Now you're thinking that there would be dead bodies or crime materials. Don't be afraid, there will be a little bit of strange things. Be ready for that. The Museum of Death is in the United States. It is a challenging and strange institution dedicated to exploring humanity's attraction with death and mortality. The museum aims to educate the public on death-related topics, from forensic science and capital punishment to protecting practices and serial killers. While also challenging the shame and prohibition surrounding discussions about death, visitors can expect an intense experience as the museum's exhibits contain graphic and often disturbing materials, including crime scene photos, body bags, mortuary instruments, and even letters from famous murderers. A particularly gruesome highlight is the extensive section on serial killers, featuring artwork, letters, and personal effects of infamous criminals like Charles Manson, John Wayne Gacy, and Jeffrey Dahmer. The museum delves into the psychology behind these figures, showcasing their strange possessions and exploring how such extreme cases impact public consciousness and modern culture. The Hair Museum, Turkey. We've seen lovers giving flowers or gifts. Has anyone ever witnessed someone offer her lover a present of her own hair? It looks funny to listen to, but we'll show you this is real. The Hair Museum in Turkey is one of the world's most odd and friendly museums, displaying locks of hair from over 16,000 women from around the globe. Situated in a pottery shop owned by local artist Chez Galip, the museum was founded in 1979, when a close friend of Galip's was leaving town and left him a lock of her hair as a reminder. Moved by the gesture, Galip decided to display her hair in his shop as a reminder, and soon other visitors began offering their own hair as tokens of friendship, gratitude, or simply to become a part of this unusual collection. Today, the Hair Museum occupies an entire underground section of his pottery studio, where strands of hair cover the walls and ceilings, each tagged with the name and contact details of their owners. Aside from humor, this is cute. The museum has since become a symbol of friendship and connection, as women from various cultures leave a piece of themselves behind, creating an ever-growing wall hanging of human stories. Each lock is to go with by a handwritten note, often containing personal reflections, drawings, or thoughts on love, life, and travel, making the collection an emotional and personal record of the people. International Spy Museum, USA. The International Spy Museum in Washington, D.C. is a fascinating and communicating museum dedicated to the mysterious world of spying, intelligence, and secret operations. Opened in 2002, it is one of the most complete collections of spy-related artifacts and stories, with exhibits covering everything from ancient spying tactics to modern-day intelligence techniques used by agencies like the CIA, MI6, and the KGB. The museum's collection includes over 7,000 artifacts, some of which are rare and historically significant, such as disguised weapons, microcameras, encryption machines like the problems used in World War II, and even a lipstick pistol known as the Kiss of Death. Visitors can get hands-on with high-tech gadgets, learn about famous spying cases, and explore the lives of well-known spies such as Mata Hari and Cold War double agents. The International Spy Museum is more than just a collection of spy gadgets. It's a deep dive into the psychology, tactics, and impact of espionage, making it an essential destination for anyone intrigued by the secretive world of intelligence. Leave a comment on which museum impacted you the most. If you liked the video, please share it and subscribe to us.